Well, thank you again for joining me in uh, talking about the supernatural this week. We are going to continue on in our conversation on divination. We talked last week about kind of what the Bible has to say about divination, that is unacceptable. We talked about what is divination. We talked about a couple practical ways that you might encounter divination. And by practical, I mean like these are the ways that have been somewhat popularized. So we discussed the Ouija board and automatic writing. This week, we're going to do less of what does the Bible say about it, because we've established that, and more of how or ways that you might encounter divination. So, there are far more types of divination than could ever be mentioned in a few lessons. Um, we're going to cover over the next few sets of lessons some more practical method or some more of these lessons. But just know that there are a lot. Now, by way of review, what is divination? Well, Webster defines it as the art or practice that seeks to foresee or foretell future events or discover hidden knowledge, usually by the interpretation of omens or by the aid of supernatural powers. So we've kind of refreshed ourselves on divination. Think of it as like a coin flip to determine the future. Again, it's using innate objects to determine the future through chance, typically speaking. So, what are different forms of divination? Well, another very common one is a deck of tarot cards. Tarot cards, they're a deck of 78 cards. They're meant for predicting the future. This is what they look like. Again, there's 78 of them, so this is just six. But these are basically these fortune telling cards. A person draws from these cards, and whatever cards you pick, they'll have um, a particular meaning behind that card, and that meaning can change based on the card's position in the deck of cards and the cards that are like up against it, adjacent to it. And there's different spreads that you can do, like you spread the cards out in different ways to receive different types of fortunes. And so there's a whole method to it. But the idea is that the cards bind with your energy and the person who's doing your tarot reading to communicate the future or some kind of special knowledge, but it's all done through these cards. Now, as with many forms of divination, you'll find that the supernatural is going to be explained with this like pseudoscientific buzzwords that they'll use, things to make it sound legitimate and like there's actual scientific basis for it. One example, Rachel Pollack, she's an expert in tarot, and she said the following: we need to produce synchronicity. Any device which produces a random pattern serves a function. Dice, mixed cards, spinning wheels, all cut through the consciousness mind control of the outcomes. Quick pause there. She's explained divination in general, but with the idea of tarot. The underworld, the land of the gods, today we speak of the unconscious, a realm of being in which time does not exist, and knowledge is not limited to the images received from our senses. And the methods used to contact our unconscious have not changed. Dreams, trances, tossed coins. It works precisely because it makes no sense. The information exists, our unconscious selves already know it. What we need is a device to act as a bridge to our conscious perception. So, again, she's using words like synchronicity and uh, items that act as a bridge to our conscious perception, that you are storing this information in the unconscious. And so um, that no matter what scientific language you'll encounter, and you'll encounter this for most of these, there will be some explanation meant to make it sound reasonable. Why does it work? It's not just magic. Usually there's some explanation. In the end, that was a whole bunch of nothing that she said. Um, and tarot, like any other form of divination, is calling on the spiritual realm to provide future knowledge. And so, like many other forms of divination, it is treated as relatively innocent method of divinating the future. In fact, last time I taught this, some people in the room had friends who had played with tarot cards, and they just assumed that they were normal. You'll see tarot readings on TikTok Live. You'll see tarot videos pop up sometimes. And so tarot it's kind of treated innocently. However, it's also very common within witchcraft as well. It's actually one of the most common methods for fortune telling that you'll encounter. Now, moving on to a different one that's also very popular. Who here has heard of manifestation or manifesting? Manifestation, it's one that's become increasingly popularized in recent years. It's been around for a while, but I feel like I started hearing people use it in everyday conversation a whole lot more. And it's become popularized through influencers, through celebrities. And so, what is manifesting? If you're not aware, well, Dr. Wayne Dyer, who's a supposed expert on manifesting, he says this about manifesting. He says, there is a level of awareness available to you that you are probably unfamiliar with. It extends upwards and transcends the ordinary level of consciousness that you're most accustomed to. At this higher plane of existence, which you can access at will, the fulfillment of wishes is not only probable, it is guaranteed. At this level, your wishes, all of them, can indeed be fulfilled by using your imagination and practicing the art of assuming the feeling of your wishes being fulfilled and steadfastly refusing to allow any evidence of the outer world to distract you from your intentions. You will discover that you, by virtue of your spiritual awareness, possess the ability to become the person you were destined to be. So, he's saying basically manifesting is affecting the outcome of your future by the process of intentional thought and dreaming for what you wish your future to be. So you do this, you basically, I want my future to look like this. I want so and so to fall in love with me. I want to make $1 million. I want to get signed by a record label. Any number of these things, they are all like you think about them, process them, connect with your inner being, and they become reality. So this can be done through persistent thought, writing down what you desire to happen, or through a process called vision boarding. It's another common phrase to hear when you're talking about manifesting. A vision board, it's like a collage of images, words, affirmations that represent your goals, your dreams. It helps you clarify your intentions, stay motivated, um, and you align your subconscious with what you want to attract. So I'll show you an idea of what this is. Think of it like a physical Pinterest board. And again, this feels innocent because it's this cutesy little board they've put up. But basically by keeping your aspirations, your career, your lifestyle, your personal growth, whatever, that visible to you each day, it reinforces the law of attraction. It strengthens your emotional connection to your future self, and you are attracted to that destiny. That you cause it to be fulfilled. Um, Now, if you keep a little Pinterest board with dreams on it, that's not necessarily divination. This is an intentional form of vision boarding for the purpose of affecting your future. So there's a distinction that needs made there. It's been very popularized by celebrities, by influencers. Um, the I'm going to show you a video, and that video, um, it's essentially been popularized by celebrities. So I took some time to go and find a compilation basically and create a compilation of celebrities who you will probably recognize or have heard about before, and they're talking about manifestation. Some of them are celebrities, some are even just newscasters, but just to show you how it's been popularized. So I'm going to play this video for you.
13 or 14, I remember saying to my mother, I was like, I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna work with him. I don't know if you believe in manifestation out there, but I do. And then, years later, I basically came to you on Justified.
Yes, I think it was instant.
It was instant. But I think
best year yet. One way to get started is by manifesting the moment. Take a look. People talk about manifesting. It's a word you'll hear us use often. Every time she manifested. manifest? Because we've seen the power of manifestation at work. I'm just going to put it into the universe because remember when we did that with Oprah and then we got a studio and she came? Manifesting.
I do believe in manifesting, actually. I really do.
I think we can honestly say that you manifested this idea.
I do believe it now that the manifestation is a real thing because I've been trying to infiltrate the Jurassic universe for like 3 decades.
Yeah.
And it turns out that fangirling pays off.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good to know. I think
It really does.
This is such a surreal moment for me because, Oprah, you're my vision board for 2018.
Really?
And I am here, so I have manifested this moment.
Congratulations.
That's great. So I am here. It is an honor. And, I'm just curious, Oprah, at this stage in your career, and for you all as well, do you even have a vision board? And if so, what type of things are on it?
Wow. Yeah. Good
Oprah.
question.
No. Do you have one? I don't have one anymore.
Yeah.
No.
I do. I still have things I want to accomplish and things.
But I don't vision board anymore because I am a powerful manifester, and I know that, and I know how to do it without physically putting it on a board. I know how. You have to. You want to know how to do it?
Absolutely.
You have to meet the vibration. You can't be above or below it. It's just what I was talking about, negative energy, positive energy. In order to draw the thing to you that you want to come, you can't want it so much that you fear that you won't get it. You have to want it. So in order for me to be on your vision board, you must have put it there and then you let it go.
Yes.
And then you weren't thinking about it every day. Because you can't, it doesn't come to you that way. You have to do it, and then you have to put it, and then you have to meet that vibration. You have to prepare yourself to be there and ready when it shows up. And you were. Jaleesa, you were there.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying, I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. Please. And if it doesn't happen for you right away, it's only because the universe is so busy fulfilling my order.
You and I both believe that you call things into your life and that things happen as they should when you're ready for it to happen.
Now, as they say, in all the self-help books, because if I had $1 for every book that was sent my way, I could have probably paid for the studio. But,
you would have needed $2.
$2 for every book?
Well, we had $2 for every book.
For every book.
Yeah. But yeah, you can read the books.
You can read them and you can sort of intellectualize it, but the truth is, and you sit there going, well, how do I do that? How, and you're frustrated, and then you get down on yourself because you're not there yet, and then you just realize one day it's happened. It's collected in your cellular memory, and then one day you're sitting there with your friend doing yoga, and you go, oh, I get it.
Anything you say with the words I am, your subconscious will then take that as a command.
4th grade, I went in my closet, I said, I am going to the NBA. Anything you invoke with I am, the power of manifestation and what can happen in the universe comes true.
Every time you use the word I am, and you say I am weak, I am poor, that's blasphemy, because the highest place within you is called I am.
I don't want to be anything. I am everything I want to be, and I'm already there.
Whatever we say is what our life will be.
So this is why the people that live the most effective lives are always acting as if they're in the future and the future's perfect, not waiting to get there.
So, what you'll see is that it is very common within Hollywood. I'm sure you probably recognized a number of those. They're talking about it as if it absolutely is the secret to their success. And as with many other forms of divination, part of what makes this deceptive is it sounds realistic. So, what I mean by that is many successful people are successful as a result of hard work and good planning. Many successful people did plan out where they wanted to be in a few certain number of years. They did know that this was what they were desiring to do. This was their goal. They had a plan of how they were going do it. They knew what that was going to look like for them, and they worked towards those goals. So to plan out your goals is not a bad thing, as long as it's paired with directly seeking the will of God. But manifesting is planning out your goals with the intent of causing them, with a guarantee of them being caused. And so it's removing the will of God from things. It is just purely, I'm writing this down, I'm meeting the vibrations of the universe and my subconscious thought on this thing. Yes, many will say, yeah, we had to work towards it, but like, you also caused this thing to happen because of how you manifested. Um, but it's just not biblical. James 4:13 through 15 says, "Now listen, you who say today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. Why, you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that." And so, again, planning is not a bad thing, but it must be paired with following and seeking the will of God. Don't say, we're going to go do this and that on this day. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're not promised tomorrow. Say instead, if it's God's will, we will do that thing. Now, because I think it's very funny, I had to share just something to make you laugh a little bit about this. I'll play another video for you on this.
I owe the banks a lot of money. But little do they know, I just learned about manifestation. Now I'm gonna get so much money, I don't need a job. Why? Because I can manifest. I don't need the old gods anymore. I answer to no one. Everything is mine. Thanks to manifestation.
Anyway, just an amusing little video there on it. Now, there's another one that this one doesn't fall quite in the normal category of divination, but it's something you might have heard of called astral projection. Again, trying to focus on things that are somewhat commonplace or have been popularized with the media. It's a method of unchaining your spirit or your astral body from your physical body to travel as you please while your body rests. And so part of the reason this is divination is because you use it to gain information, to go places, to see things while you rest without being chained to your earthly body. And so you may have heard it referred to as an out of body experience. It's another reference for it. So I'm going to play a video for you on this. The guy has an annoying, like they're trying to do like an annoying kind of cartoon voice on this character. It's an animated video, but I think it explains the process well, so I'm going to play it anyway.
You are not a human being with a soul. You are a soul that temporarily inhabits a physical body. Astral projection is probably one of the coolest things you will ever experience. Imagine this scenario. You're lying in your bed, eyes shut, completely relaxed and totally awake. After a few minutes, you feel your body becoming heavy and numb, and then you start rising up, floating a few feet above your bed. You look down and find that your physical body is sleeping peacefully on the bed. You notice that there is a glowing, pulsating bluish-white cord connected to your physical body. You are calm, relaxed, and awake. This is not a new experience for you, and you feel a blissful sensation of peace because you are now unchained from your physical shell. You are experiencing a joyous feeling of exhilaration and freedom from bounds. You look around the room and see that everything seems to sparkle. Everything seems to have life, more vibrant. You fly through the ceiling and into the sky and look down at your house, becoming smaller and smaller. And soon you can see the curvature of the earth. You think of a friend of yours who lives across the world in Sweden. By thinking about him, you consciously go to him and you zoom across the world, and soon you're coming down into a house. You see your friend eating cookies at his computer. He's wearing blue jeans and a white t-shirt. Soon, you realize it's time for you to go back, and you think about your sleeping body. You find yourself back over your house, slowly moving down into your bedroom, and then back into your sleeping body. You wake up and go to your computer. Your friend is on Skype, and you tell him what you just saw in your dream. Your friend gapes in amazement. "That's absolutely right," he says. My friends, welcome to the world of astral projection.
So, astral projection, it's heavily influenced by a lot of New Age and Eastern religions, as you'll find with a number of things within divination and the occult that those false religions have influenced them. It's all about unlocking your body's full potential. And so you are limited by your physical body, and you have this supernatural, this spiritual or astral body that is a part of you that is just chained to your human body. And if you could just figure out how to unlock it to achieve that form of enlightenment, you could be free and travel freely while your body rested. Now, this has been popularized even in big movies like Doctor Strange, Marvel movie. I'll play you a clip where you see it happens here.
What happened?
Stabbed. Cardiac tamponade.
What are you wearing? Chest cavity's clear.
Blood. Is it pericardial sac?
No. Stephen.
Just a little higher.
Please be careful with the needle.
Ooh, what am I seeing?
My astral body.
Are you dead?
No, Christine, but I am dying.
Right. Yeah. All right. Okay. I've never seen a wound like this. What were you stabbed with?
I don't know.
So you see, it's popularized again. Big name movies. This is not something that, even if some people think it's kind of a wonky aspect, it is not something that is not talked about or brought into the media. Um, Astral projection is not just a fun mind trick. Uh, it is demonically empowered. It's influenced by false religions. 2 Corinthians 5, 6 through 8 says, "So we are always of good courage. We know that while we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Yes, we are of good courage, and we would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord." So once again, as we talked about this verse with the context of ghosts, it's applicable here as well, because your soul is connected to your body while you're on earth. And when your soul separates from your body, you are dead. Um, so to perform astral projection, it's not that your soul is separating. That is not literally what is happening. Um, what is happening is the simulation, essentially, of separation of your soul. It's an illusion empowered by demonic empowerment, um, uh, used to gain information, used to just be free and disconnect from your body to release yourself from your burdens. Um, but in fact, this is both unbiblical and not possible. And so, in this sense, it is something that's demonically empowered. Now, another aspect we'll talk about is palm reading. Will be the last one we talk about, but it's also known as palmistry. It's the form of fortune telling that you've probably heard of. That treated your palms basically as the blueprint of who you are. And so palm readers, they read the line, the shape, the size, the movement of your hand. They're going to look at all the different creases, the exact shape of your hand. They'll rotate your hand, look at it at different angles. Um, Here say that each of your hands holds a different message. So your right hand's different from your left hand. Your dominant hand is your present path in personality, while your non-dominant hand reveals your innate traits, your emotional makeup, etc. And so the lines on each hand are supposed to reveal this to the palm reader. And so uh, now, can you only get one palm reading in your life? No, because the lines on your hand, they're supposed to shift slowly over time to show your growth. Um, but again, as with any form of fortune telling, palm reading is not something to play around with. You'll see palm reader signs in windows of fortune teller shops and at carnivals sometimes, but um, Proverbs 16:9 says, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." And when it comes to fortune telling, only God establishes our future. Like we saw with James, you don't make plans without seeking the will of God, is what we're told to do. And so our future is not determined by what our palms say, what the stars read, what the tarot cards read. These things are demonically affected, the situation, demonically empowered. You may have instances where the futures do come true, and in which case you have demonic empowerment that is bringing that about, but it's not a good power that's occurring. And so it's important to understand these things are dangerous to us. So, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and let me know.